as we've been building our sandwich panel roof, in this case made by Jurside, with metal coverings on the outside finish and also on the inside, I've become increasingly interested and I guess also kind of concerned about the possibilities for rustings, where the panels are getting cut and also maybe pierced by the screws. Now, screws piercing you wouldn't expect to be a problem, because if I manage to fit my screws correctly, it'll be sealed against the rain. So unless there's moisture in there to start with, we're all good. But we've had to cut full panels. So because of the length of our roof, we've got a half panel over there by the wall. And I'm now starting to cut the flashings. So I've been doing a bit of critical investigation. And what I've discovered is that, first of all, when it comes to cutting the flashings, a kind of a mechanical cold cut is best to keep burring and I suppose the production of sharp edges to a minimum, not just for safety purposes, but also they're more likely to accumulate rust. So where it's possible, a specialised nibbler or kind of tin snip style piece of equipment is best. After that, the next best thing is kind of cold cut with a circular saw and a metal blade, and that's what I've been using. The worst thing to be using, as I understand, is a kind of high-speed angle grinder, because this can create kind of hot metal shards which can spray off and damage the panels and the fascias on the flashing. So my first realization, using the cold cut circuit saw is good. Then in terms of sort of longer sustainability, I think clearly the best practice is to seal the ends. But what I've discovered is that the galvanizing of the metal provides some kind of sacrificial metal, so there's a little bit of protection if they aren't sealed. Although obviously there will be a very thin bit of central steel, exposed steel, that will rust. But using my constant companion, ChatGPT, the suggestion is that in most environments where these edges will be kind of covered and isolated from direct moisture contact, so in rain or what have you, the problem is kind of minimal. So over years, or maybe in the short term, you get some kind of aesthetic staining where rust begins, and over years you may get some kind of localized degradation of the steel. But I was sort of imagining there's a possibility for like steel to be degrading in front of my eyes or something like that. So that doesn't seem to be realistic. But nevertheless, the best practice is, if you seal them, then that's the least chance of getting either aesthetic problems or long-term degradation. But nevertheless, I've set myself up a little experiment to see what happens if you don't seal the edges at all. So, where I have cut this end flashing panel, cut the nib off and shortened it to fit against the wall on the other side, I've obviously got some offcuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these outside in the weather, and it is raining fairly regularly in May 2026 here in the Pyrenees, and see what happens. So yeah, let's give that a go, and I will report back with another bit of video when it seems like we've got some sort of interesting result one way or another.